So you guys are Torcoda Fray. Can you introduce yourselves?
I'm Callum. I play bass.
I'm Matt and I'm the guitarist.
I'm Ben, I'm the drummer.
So it's not been long since you formed, and already you're set to release a new EP. How does it feel to announce this?
Exciting.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time coming, I would say.
Yeah, we've been working on it every year.
Yeah.
In total, yeah.
Every year.
And then Tom joined us, who isn't here by the way because he's at work commitments. He joined us in December, so really the EP sort of came out of nothing, really, and it's really.
Well, we came up with our own sounds. Tom come along, chucked in some lyrics, helped us out with structure-wise, what went where, done perfect after that.
They just pretty much wrote themselves after that.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long do you reckon it took you to sort of like write the music? It took you quite a long time? Or?
Well, to come up with the ideas, it was a matter of seconds, minutes.
Yeah. It was just sort
We
of.
just be jamming something and all of a sudden it's there.
Yeah.
We got
It sound
ourselves a
cool.
song.
Yeah, didn't take long at all.
Sweet. And the EP is called Ace. Can you tell us anything more about this release?
You took
Yeah,
a
go on,
picture
Cal.
for it. Go on, that's
Yeah,
yours.
well, basically that it was inspiration. I was in Paris a couple of weeks ago, and there was just a bit of sort of like graffiti sticker thing on one of the bollards, and I thought, oh wow, take a picture of that.
That's ace.
I love that.
That was
I
ace.
love
That was
Yeah, it was ace.
Sweet. Is there anything else you can talk about, like the actual songs at all, or like the influences from?
The songs are
Is it-
pretty much sort of a direct, like they're how we feel pretty much. What we said earlier, the way they wrote themselves, they pretty much just did. It's just how what we felt at the time that we were jamming, and then we thought, oh, that works. And
Yeah, we can't exactly say we are a specific genre slash influence because when we play something, we could be playing something rocky as hell, and all of a sudden we've got say Ball Pit, which is quite in your face, and then all of a sudden we've got this. We're playing something completely different. It's quite slow, and then you got Changing Me, which is a very slow song compared to Ball Pit and a lot more softer.
So you're almost trying to create your own genre in a sort of sense.
Yeah, like I've had a few people ask me, like, sort of, what genre are you? And it's. I mean, if you look at the 5 songs on the EP, you've got, maybe one that you could categorise as real sort of rock, and then you've got, a bit of indie thrown in there, sort of a bit poppy in places. I mean, it's a bit of a mix.
I mean, we haven't derived from a certain band. We haven't created through influence of one certain band. It is all different music tastes coming together and sort of just working.
Yeah, it really is.
We haven't sort of said we want to sound like that, which is quite kind of why I can't really sort of
Categorise.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And so, what's your favourite song from this EP?
Depends what mood I'm in. Really, it does.
I think the last song on it, Lions at the Gate, is probably at the moment my favourite. But to start off with, I really wasn't keen on it. But when we got into the studio and like sort of finished it off, it was definitely one that stood out for me as a favourite.
It's just intense, isn't it, when you're playing it?
I might say Ball Pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because
It's a quick song. It's heavy. Drumming wise, it's quite fun. I enjoy playing it.
In your face, some
In your
might say.
face. But there's a lot for drumming. There's a lot of everything's different in the song. It's not just one beat. The start is quite, it's in your face, really in your face, and obviously after the chorus it goes back to quiet again, which is nice.
Yeah.
I like them all. They've all got their sort of own sort of unique twist.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
again, it depends what mood I'm in.
So, what venues are you looking to play this year?
Where aren't we looking to play?
Yeah.
I think an exclusive is this Friday. We're going to go looking for some gigs in town. So
The ones I've got my eyes on are the main ones. Talking Heads. There's the Joiners.
Firehouse, quite possibly. They
Alex,
do some good
yeah.
bands in there.
Yeah. I mean, also like you get the like support stuff as well. Like, it's not too far away. You got the Wedgwood Rooms. And,
Yeah. Hopefully, once we sort of start getting a bit more.
Sellers as well, isn't it? Down in Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's just a few ideas.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you're all from Eastleigh, near Southampton. Do you think the town needs a bit more of a rock scene? It's just a bit more like
Well, Eastleigh does, definitely. I mean, Southampton's pretty good in general. You know, you've got some good bands coming out of Southampton.
Yeah.
But Eastleigh itself is sort of...
There's nothing here. There's no main
scene
clubs.
really.
No.
The music scene sort of around this area is mainly Winchester, I would say.
Yeah.
You've got venues
If
like
we had like a joiners here, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking
Yeah.
at
That'd be
like a place for live bands to sort of perform in Eastleigh, I mean, you're sort of quite limited to sort of pubs, really. I mean, there's no real sort of music clubs
Yeah.
actually in Eastleigh as such. So
well, that draws then covers bands, doesn't it? It doesn't draw
Yeah,
sort of like
that's
it, yeah.
originals.
Yeah.
that's it.
And it's sort of that's the thing with like EC. It's almost a sort of a place where you sort of go and it's the same old sort of thing, and every week, you know,
Definitely.
you just want to be your sort of own sort of music. Yeah. So if you guys could work with any band on a new song, who would it be and why?
Oh.
Any one or any band.
Literally any band, or anyone, any artist. If that's more.
I would love to write a song with Dave Gilmour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be the ultimate for me.
That
yeah.
would be
Paul
pretty-
McCartney.
yeah.
and-
Very cool.
I have many. Like many.
If I had to pick two, I would probably say maybe the Smiths, because I am a fan of Johnny Marr, and maybe Queens of the Stone Age as well, because Josh Homme is a bit of a
Legend.
icon of mine.
Dave Grohl. That's another one.
The list goes on.
I'd definitely say Blink-182, but obviously there's no resemblance. Like two completely different sort of bands in a sense. At the same time, I'd like to play, if not make a song or something, with 1975. I really would. I think music-wise, obviously, they have a lot of instruments obviously in their tracks, which obviously we could do with ours. We've got what we got. We could have loads of stuff and loads of different sounds. It'd be amazing. I'm speechless.
That'd be
That's a
be
beautiful
good collaboration.
collaboration. That one.
What would you say was your funniest moment while creating and recording the EP?
Funniest.
Funniest.
Kicking his ass at Super Mario N64.
No, I won.
This guy's ass, by the way. I was a bystander when all this was happening.
It was into
Yeah.
music. What?
Yeah, I was looking over how the EP was coming along.
Yeah.
These guys were just
We're playing
you know.
WrestleMania 2000 and you know, worth it.
Are you all guys into gaming or into?
Yeah, not as much as I used to be.
I spend
But,
my money on all my money goes on guitars and amps and stuff.
Yeah, I buy a lot of Xbox games.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time on
Not
my
afraid to
Xbox.
admit it.
Same with my Macs, a lot of music as well, so good.
Sweet. So you've had a good reaction on social media so far since you announced the band. What would you like to say to your fans? Like, you know, took the time to obviously like the page.
Stay tuned, pretty much. Thanks.
Yeah, first and foremost, like it's easy to sort of get carried away, you know, like. But the reason that people have liked our page so far is just because of us, because we haven't put any music out. So, you know, for the people that have liked the page, it's just nice to sort of have the support and just hope that they like the music as much as we do, because we've spent a lot of time on it. And it would just be nice to sort of, you know, actually build a real fan base that we can sort of help, you know, promote stuff and do all that sort of stuff, really.
So they like it.
Yeah.
Same as Callum, stay tuned. EP's coming out soon, so
Sweet.
can't wait to announce it.
So what were your first ever gigs that you went to?
Go on, Ben.
God.
You go first. I'll stay last on this one.
Technically, Bring Me Horizon 2011, there was Architects, Parkway Drive, Devil Wears Prada, and Bring Me Horizon, best gig in the world. However, when I was younger, Rolf Harris was in the equation. There was a bit of a didgeridoo, etc.
Do you remember that one of my first gigs was Australian Pink Floyd at the
Australian
Royal-
Pink Floyd.
tribute, at the Royal Albert Hall.
How's that even work?
They just basically, instead of having a flying pig, they just had a flying kangaroo. That's
Well, I'll be
literally
damned.
Mine was, and I'm not ashamed to say because he has got some good songs. Elton John, I saw him at St Mary's Stadium back at the tender age of 8, possibly. I went with my mum and dad.
Rather
Vulnerable
than Rolf
Way.
Harris.
Yeah, And I think I was probably the youngest person there.
What made you get into music in the first place?
I don't know really. Like I've always sort of, I do come from a musical family actually. My uncle played drums in a lot of local bands, but sort of like ever since I was really young, like there was always music in the house. Like, you know, my dad used to listen to all manner of stuff, and my mum also used to listen to quite a bit. So there was always that there. But with regards to actually getting and playing guitar, I remember it quite well actually. It was I listened to Nimrod by Green Day, and I love Green Day from an early age. But there was something about that album that made me think, you know, I want to just learn to play that and sort of do it. I don't know why, because sort of it's not really that sort of complex, but sort of it was just the songs on that album I wanted to sort of, you know.
It's almost an album that made Green Day as well.
Yeah.
Sense.
So that was mine. Sort of, you know, to actually pick up the guitar was very much down to that album. To be fair, so.
I'd never liked music. I had no family that liked music. It was very dull. Went to school once, year 8, and I remember going to the music room, and there was this band playing their stuff, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I might try out guitar, pretty sick.
Yeah.
Picked up electric guitar like a few months later. It was so much different. It was amazing. I played guitar for a few years, and then thought, I want to play drums. Played drums, and here I am today.
And you've had a bit of a musical sort of background yourself.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was never really into music. Back in like primary school, I was listening to like Eminem and stuff like that.
But if you played,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously,
That explains it.
yeah, it does. Yeah. And then like I used to pretend to rap and all that crap in primary school. I was a pretty cool guy, really.
Silent C.
Yeah, and then secondary school, obviously I picked up guitar, loved it. Picked up drums, that was even better. Hey, and then decided to make a band.
Yeah.
Gigged for years.
Yeah, because you've had a couple. You've had you.
Oh yeah, I had a
before,
few bands before.
Does this one feel right?
Well, yeah,
bit more.
they're all covers. So doing this is amazing. Having our own songs that we can say our own. Perfect.
In terms of getting into music, I have my dad to thank for that. Just music, the same as gear, music around the house all the time. Loved it. All different influences as well, just exposure to everything and anything. But in terms of actually playing an instrument, it was one of my mates. He got like an acoustic guitar and he was showing me all this stuff that he was learning on it, and I thought, oh wow, it would be so cool to sort of do that myself. So I've saved up like paper round money, bought my first 6-string guitar, which was electric, and then we were both jamming together, and then it just ended up just in my room, just not doing anything. And then one sort of summer holiday, I think it was between school and 6th form, I basically just looked at it and thought, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to go for it now. I just learned all the basic chords, and then from that day for about 3 years, I was doing about 3 to 5 hours each day playing guitar, really hammering it in.
Yeah.
And then I thought, in terms of playing live, I thought, oh right, well, I'm not sort of as confident as most people, so I'll stick with bass at the minute. I'll stick at the back, and I just made it my own really. It just
got a bit good at it.
And then we
got a
found
bit
him.
good, yeah.
We found him. Now we got him. So
bit too good.
too good at it, yeah.
So
I admit that a lot.
just one last question for you guys. Appreciate your time. So
Anytime.
No, not any time.
so who's got the best fashion sense out of all three of you?
This is a hard one.
Probably not me with the plain white long sleeve shirt and black trousers.
No, I think you look edgy.
I like the look.
I do like the look, yeah.
Well,
It's quite. It sort of oozes.
It's weird.
Sexiness, in my
I mean,
opinion.
In a sense, everyone's different.
Who's his sex?
Yeah, the sex appeal. I think.
What's he using?
if I've
It's a
if I've
t-shirt.
been asked who's got the most fashion sense out of us three, and I've came out on top, then shame on you guys, because I put no time into my wardrobe when I come out.
Yeah, no, we're all different. Like, Callum's very rock and roll. Like, he likes the leather.
Wearing the knitted jumper.
Other than today, he loves the leather. He does love the leather jackets. And
Oh, no
he
trousers.
pulls it off.
Literally just wearing a leather jacket.
No, I wear the leather thong and then the fishnet vest.
Yeah.
That's what I wear, yeah.
That's why we
So
got
I'll do that on
Sailor's
Saturday
hat.
myself. So it's
Yeah?
good.
Sailor's hat as well.
Actually, you're the edge. How much?
Oh, God.
Are you on Grindr? So what we did?
Fashion sense. So.
I don't know.
Yeah, me, best.
Yeah.
I'd say me personally, but whatever.
But
Sure.
we all look sick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie, we just look sick.
Obviously not Tom, because he's not here, so
Yeah.
whatever Tom.
Tom looks sick, but not at the moment because he's not here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably sweating. He's working right now, so not too great.
No, he's sweating because he's not here.
He's sweating because he misses us. Tom.
So
He misses Tom.
dedicated for Tom, really.
Yeah, this is for you, Tom.
Sounds like this one's for you, Tom. Sounds like he's dead. Alright, cool.
All right, it's cool. Thanks very much for your time.
Yeah,
Thank
cheers.
you for your time.
Sweet. No worries, still.